Welcome back. We are doing a part 5 today, thanks to returning customer, New Jersey John, down in the old Crystal Lake. Now, my first thoughts about this mask were that the Roy mask is wide, as you can see in the drawer. But when it's strapped up, it takes on a more oval shape. The straps pull it tight. It's a thin mask. As you can see here, it looks very oval. It looks the same shape on Tommy. Actually, I think this is the same pull as the grave scene. Now, this mask is just a little too wide because it's thick. It looks like the drawer, but it's not going to pull when the straps are tight. So we're going to go with this Cloverdale blank, which is already more oval. The shape is very important. It already looks more like the mask looks on Roy, and it looks more like the Tommy mask at the end. So I did have an issue right off the bat. Some chips came out of the mask. Oh, shit, what am I gonna do? No, I'm just kidding. It's not a big deal. It happens all the time. You just put some filler in and you paint right over it with some primer. This is just the first layer here though. And it's really just getting it ready for the actual undercoat, which is this blue. The blue here is 3 or 4 coats. You can see all evidence of the chips is long painted over at this point. Now, this is only 2 very light coats, and I did that so you can let the blue kind of come through a little bit. And you see we taped off some chip marks, of course. And if you look real close, you can see that the blue is actually still there. Very subtle. Now onto the chevrons. They were a little too long because they're from a kit, so I had to shave down the ends here to make them a little shorter. And with all things with Jason masks, they are not symmetrical. One is closer to one eye than the other. And of course you want to damage the one in the right eye. Here's an example of what the undercoat does. It really does make that same white color there very different. So this first color is very important. You want to take your time mixing this. It's going to go over the entire mask. This is what makes the mask appear yellow when it's in the dark. And the lighting isn't very good here, so it makes the paint look very dark, but this is actually pretty light color paint here. And already we're starting to get narrowed in on different areas, like around the eyes and the nose. So here I've taken it outside to really look at it. And you can see in the sun it's much different. Although it wasn't a very sunny day, it still looks kind of dark here. But that brings us to our first delve into the realm of debate, because everyone's favorite thing to fight about is coming up. Is there a ghost chevron? Let's see. Let's consult the big screen. I've always thought that there wasn't one and that it's an optical illusion. But after seeing this frame here on the big screen, it's hard to say, man. I mean, it's hard to deny that there is something there. There's a white triangle, but half of it could be a glare, and it could be a coincidence of where the dirt is. It's really hard to say. If this is a different mask, then why did they put this detail on all the masks if it's not supposed to be there? Let's take a picture like this and break it down why this could be a coincidence. Now obviously, the biggest evidence for a chevron being there is this line here. But here's the thing, there's also lines up here and here. Are we to think that the mask is painted that way? Obviously not. It's a trick of the lighting. Now if I put a line here, we get the same thing. Look, see it? Does that ghost chevron go all the way across the forehead, or is it just an optical illusion? Now let's blur up what we thought was that straight line and outline the dirt. Now all you see is the dirt. Is there really a line there or not? It's so hard to say, because on these other masks, you don't really see it. I know these aren't good pics, but the only time it's clearly defined is here. That looks like it really could be there. Maybe this ending scene mask is a different mask altogether. But at any rate, you can see the little chips on the side here. And some detail under the nose. I did need to see that, so at least one thing was solved. So what I'm going to do is leave this ambiguous. The rest of the coloring is a little darker, and you want to cover the entire mask with this coat. This is the hardest part because you want dirt everywhere, but you still want the mask to be white when you're done. So this involves a lot of stippling with the sponge and a lot of dry paint. Oh, also there's a scratch mark here. The muddy parts at the top. Detail on the nose. That's about all there is to the ending scene mask. And what makes it adaptable, you come outside and look like a completely different color. You see the yellows have disappeared in favor of the browns. I think the sun just makes the yellows disappear for some reason. See the inside here. And even though there's dirt on every inch of the mask, it still looks white. And that's really what you're going for with a part 5. See the ghost chevron there, or whatever it is. Thanks again to John for ordering this mask, and thanks for watching. You know I'll be back with more videos. But if you've been following along, you also know that we're running out of masks to do. We're coming up with a part 3 pretty soon. That might be my next video. And after that, I think it's just Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and the Sackhead will be the final one, and then I've run out of masks. At that point, we'll have to move on to other franchises and start doing rubber masks. Maybe some Michael Myers, maybe some Ghostface. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? See you next time.